sit down and think about what God has done in my life. When I think about the direction I was heading in, the things I was into, the things that made me happy, where I found my esteem, and how God has reached his hand down, had his hand upon me. He's got some things out of my life and moved me forward by his grace and his mercy. I don't know about you, but every now and then I want to say thank you, Lord. That when I was in South Carolina in a nightclub, when shots rang out, you allowed death to come right over top of me and keep on going down the road. Thank you, Lord. That night that I was so drunk, I couldn't even tell you to this day how I even made it home, but some kind of way. God allowed his mercy and his grace, his love to indeed pass over my life. Maybe I'm the only one this morning who knows that there's some scars that should be a different story. There's some bruises. They left a mark. They had to get some stitches. But if it was up to the adversary, wouldn't be here this morning. And so now they're coming to celebrate what God has done, how he's been a good God, carrying them down through the generations, down through the years. It's always been the hand of God with them. They are there to celebrate. They're coming up to Jerusalem to celebrate what God has done in their life. And Jesus went up to Jerusalem. They go then into the temple. The temple, we're going to take a minute just to set this all up so it all makes sense. They go into the temple. The temple is the outgrowth of God's allowing them, God affording them somewhere to have worship. When they left the Red Sea, when they went out into the wilderness, and some of you know they stayed in the wilderness for 40 years. And God said, I'm going to allow you a tent of meeting. I'm going to allow you a temporary sanctuary, a temporary temple, a sanctuary in the wilderness so that you can still continue to worship me. Then after they had been brought out, Solomon built a temple, and they went into the temple and they worshiped God. And now here they are again in the temple. The temple represents the opportunity for them to come. It's the way that God has always been allowing for those who follow after God to have somewhere to worship. Somewhere where we can give God the glory. Somewhere where we can reflect on how good God has been. They're there at the time of Passover, and they're in the temple.